Crawford emphasized that Shakur's defense is not passive. It is predatory. It sets traps. It invites mistakes. And when those mistakes come, the response is clean, precise, and damaging. What makes Crawford's warning carry so much weight is that it comes from someone who sees the sport the same way Shakur does. Crawford understands patience. He understands control. He understands that real dominance is often quiet. Shakur's style has been criticized by those who confuse violence with skill, but Crawford dismissed that narrative completely. He pointed out that Shakur's discipline is what separates him. The ability to stay composed when the crowd wants chaos, to win rounds without taking unnecessary risks, and to adjust mid-fight without panic. According to Crawford, if Teofimo rushes, if he looks for explosive moments without setting them up, Shakur will make him pay, and not just on the scorecards. As the conversation expanded, it became clear that this was not just about one potential matchup. It was about a division, a hierarchy, and the future shape of boxing at 140 pounds. Analysts began breaking down the implications beyond the personalities involved. Shakur's move up in weight has not dulled his sharpness. In fact, his body looks settled. His frame carries the weight naturally. His balance, leverage, and composure suggest a fighter who has grown into his physical prime. Against that backdrop, Teofimo's reliance on explosive bursts becomes harder to land cleanly. Power matters, but only when it finds its target, and against a bigger, longer, more disciplined defender, those openings shrink. Crawford's confidence in Shakur is not blind loyalty. He acknowledged moments where Shakur may have tried to please critics by staying in the pocket longer than necessary. He addressed it directly, emphasizing that greatness comes from being yourself, not satisfying outside noise. Winning cleanly, consistently, and intelligently is what defines legacy. Crawford believes that once Shakur fully embraces that mindset without apology, the conversation around him will change permanently. The world will stop debating entertainment value and start acknowledging mastery. Around this core narrative, other voices added texture without changing the central truth. Analysts discussed the business realities that shape matchmaking, the improbability of certain cross-promotional fights, and the depth of the 140-pound division. Names were mentioned, styles were compared, and hypothetical paths were explored, but the through line remained the same. Shakur Stevenson presents a unique problem. He struggles least against brawlers. He thrives against aggression. The fighters who test him most are patient counterpunchers with equal discipline, and those matchups are rare. This makes Teofimo's challenge especially complex, because his most dangerous instincts could also be his biggest liability. The size discussion added another layer. Shakur is not just heavier on the scale. He is bigger in structure. Longer limbs, wider shoulders, and a stronger base allow him to control distance and dictate pace. Size in boxing is about leverage and balance, about who controls space and who is forced to reset. Shakur's ability to lean, step around angles, and disrupt rhythm gives him tools that neutralize raw explosiveness. Analysts pointed out that as fights wear on, those small advantages compound, turning moments into momentum and momentum into control. Even those who acknowledged Teofimo's danger framed it within context. Teofimo is most dangerous when counted out. When expectations are low and pressure is high, he often finds another gear. That reality keeps this matchup compelling. But being dangerous does not mean being favored. Consistency, composure, and adaptability tend to win at the highest level, and Shakur embodies those traits. Crawford understands this better than anyone. He has lived through eras where flash faded and fundamentals endured. What made this entire moment resonate was its seriousness. There was no joking tone, no promotional spin. Crawford's message carried the weight of someone who has seen how careers change in a single night. He did not guarantee outcomes, but he made one thing unmistakably clear. Shakur Stevenson is not a fighter you outmuscle, outthink casually, or overlook without consequence. If Teofimo chooses to ignore that reality, the ring will provide the correction. As the dust settles around this exchange, one thing becomes clear. This is not just about bravado or predictions. It is about respect for skill, preparation, and the unforgiving nature of elite boxing. The warning has been issued. The chessboard is set. And when these worlds collide, there will be no confusion about what happened or why. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown and want more high-level boxing stories told with clarity and edge, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Crawford is right about Shakur's ceiling, or do you think Teofimo thrives when everyone doubts him? Let us know, because the conversation is just getting started.
Beautiful work by Crawford. Of Gamboa. He dropped the left hook.
The drama surrounding this moment did not begin with a punch or a press conference. It began with presence. Terence Crawford did not raise his voice or posture for cameras. He simply stepped into the conversation and shifted the gravity of everything around it. When Crawford addressed Teofimo Lopez, the tone changed instantly, because when a fighter of Crawford's stature speaks, boxing listens. This was not trash talk and it was not hype. It was a warning rooted in experience, discipline, and a deep understanding of what actually happens inside a ring when elite skill meets misplaced confidence. Crawford made it clear that overlooking Shakur Stevenson was not just a mistake, but a dangerous one, the kind that alters careers. Teofimo Lopez has always thrived on unpredictability. He feeds off chaos, bravado, and moments where doubt surrounds him. He believes in versions of himself that others cannot see, and that belief has carried him to remarkable highs. But Crawford's presence introduced a different energy. This was not a rival trying to sell a fight. This was a master craftsman explaining consequences. Crawford did not speak about Shakur as a prospect or a hype train. He spoke about him as a finished product with layers that most fighters never develop. Timing, accuracy, ring IQ, and the ability to disguise intent until it is too late.